You're manifesting from lack and you don't even realize it's happening. What this looks like is you've read all the books, you've taken the courses, you've even gone to a Joe Dispenza retreat or two, and what's happening is all of that information, all of that knowledge, everything that you've taken in, it's sitting here in your conscious mind. And this is where most people get tripped up. If this is not coming down into the subconscious mind and actually changing the vibrational frequency of you, leading to different actions, then all you are is a person that has a whole bunch of knowledge here in the conscious mind, but you're still operating from your habitual patterning. This is where it gets fascinating, because you have all of this knowledge and it hasn't actually come down in the subconscious mind. It hasn't changed who you are. If your habitual patterning is lack, which is pretty much standard among human race, so you can know all of these things, but you are still vibrating and operating from a state of lack. So your literal frequency in the body is still one of lack. Your frequency is what manifests. Let's say that you know what you want. You want a new car, you want a new job, you want a new relationship. You want all of those things, and that's great. And that sits right here in the conscious mind. And the way that we move them down into the subconscious mind is through feeling. And it's not just like a one-time feeling, because you meditate and you visualize like periodically, but it's not enough to actually change your rate of vibration. What's required is consistent repetition. This has to be happening all day, every day, like immersion. The same way if you were going to learn a language, you can take a course and you can read a book, but imagine if you went to that country and you immersed yourself in the culture, in the language, in the community. That's going to quicken all of your results because you're literally immersed in that environment, versus if you just stayed at home and read a book or took a course online. You're going to have very, very different results, and one's going to take 10 times longer than the other one. Repetition, repetition, repetition every single day, morning, noon, night, and then sandwiched in between there, like all the time. We need to be recoding and repatterning this here. That's exactly what I do with all of my clients. If you are struggling with this lack in your thoughts, your mind, and your body, and the results that you're getting, book a call with me below. This work changes lives. We have all this knowledge stored in the conscious mind, but it hasn't actually moved into the subconscious mind enough to change the rate at which we vibrate. So even though you know that you want things, you know that with your conscious mind, but because this has stayed the same and your vibration is still one of lack, which isn't even yours. It doesn't belong to you. You were taught that. You were trained that from your family, from your environment, from your community. It doesn't belong to you, and it is changeable, I promise. When we're manifesting, and this is one of the biggest mistakes I see, and one I did myself for so long. I'm doing all the things and I'm studying and I know all the things, but I am still vibrating at a frequency of lack. And the way that you can tell if you are vibrating in lack and you are manifesting from this place of lack is look at your results. What are you getting? So you look at your wants. Are you experiencing your wants, or are they still far away? And if you're not getting the results that you want, then there is a disconnect here and you have work to do. To take this work a little deeper, look at your life. Where's lack existing in your thinking? From my personal experience, it used to be money. There was never enough money. Money would come in and it was never enough that I needed. I always needed more. There was lack around the money that I was receiving, and it was problematic because that's the vibration that I was vibrating at. So even though I had all of this knowledge and this wisdom and I literally help people with this, I still vibrated at the frequency of lack. So guess what I was manifesting? Guess what I was attracting? More things to lack, more things that were not enough. So look at the areas of your relationship, the people in your life, time, money. There's so many different areas. It's not just going to be one. People that vibrate in lack, it is in every area of their life because it's a way of seeing life. It's a way of thinking. It's a way of experiencing. So if you have issues of lack, I can guarantee that it's in almost every single area of your life or pretty close, because that is how you've been coded and programmed to experience the world. Reminder, manifestation is always happening. It is a natural spiritual unfolding that that is always constantly in motion and always happening. Once you get a hold of this information and understanding the spiritual and universal laws, you then have learned the rules to the game. Life can become fun. And when you understand what's actually happening, when you are wondering why you're doing everything right and things are not working, this is why. Primarily, you have all of this knowledge that hasn't moved itself down into the subconscious mind. And the way that this happens is twofold. It's going to be consistent repetition, and it's also going to be feeling. Feeling is another word for vibration. So when you say, I'm feeling upset, or I'm angry, or I'm mad, you're literally saying, I am vibrating at the madness frequency. So feeling and vibration are one and the same. It's just how we express it, but that's essentially what you're saying. And then your vibration is what you attract from. That's where most people are making this mistake and they don't even realize it. There is a disconnect between what they know, what they hold in the conscious mind, and where they vibrate and the results that they're getting. This is where the recoding process comes in, because you're just a program and you've been coded by someone else. But thank God you found this video, because literally I teach you and work privately with clients on how to recode yourself for the life and the results that you desire. The way that we move all of this from the conscious into the subconscious is through repetition and feeling. Notice how I repeatedly am telling you that. We want to begin to transform this lack feeling. And even lack and want are closely related. When I want something, I am saying I don't have the thing that I want. So lack and want are actually very similar in feelings. How you eradicate this and completely change your vibration is to move yourself and shift yourself into having. Because when we have, we come from a place of fulfillment. We have the thing that we desire. We, in that moment, feel good. We feel satisfied. We feel fulfilled. That's gonna cancel out and transform lack into having. That is going to completely change our vibration. When we change your vibration, that's going to affect what is attracted to us. Refresher, law of vibration is a primary law, law of attraction is a secondary law, and they work together. Like attracts like, but it's based on vibration. So attraction is happening based on the frequency at which you're vibrating. Shifting into the vibration and frequency of having. That eliminates completely any kind of lack and scarcity. This will start within your thoughts, because mind is the cause of everything. Everything has a cause and an effect, and this 100% of the time is the cause. Your mind. If you're having any issue whatsoever, look to here first 100% of the time, because this is where everything starts, and then everything stems from your mind, from your imagination, from your thinking. Like, this is at the root of creation. So we're always going to be coming back to the mind. So now we're going to bring in thoughts of having. You have things. Like, you have things that you could be grateful for now. Even if you're very limited in material aspects, you have sunshine. You have air to breathe. You have probably a structure in which you live in. You have a home. You probably have food to eat. You probably have a bed, and you have blankets, and you probably have friends. And people tend to forget the simplicities because we just take it for granted. But you have all of these beautiful things around you that you can tap into to amplify these thoughts of having. You start having thoughts of having, then you start feeling gratitude, appreciation, love, support. That's gonna change your vibration, which is then gonna change what is attracted to you. So when you're manifesting, you can either be manifesting from a state of lack, which most people are doing, or you can be manifesting from a state of having. And when you start doing this, when I tell you that your world will change, and it will change quickly, I'm not even exaggerating. I mean, your life can change in a matter of days, in a matter of weeks, and probably at the latest months, if you really, really implement what I'm teaching you. This will change your life. You have the power because it's free to think. It requires nothing outside of you. Most people are not thinking. You have the power within your own mind to decide every day you're gonna spend some time, as much as humanly possible, to have thoughts of having, and then let that drip down into feelings of appreciation and gratitude. And then that shifts your vibration, and what you will attract, It will blow your mind. Things will come out of nowhere, miracles, magic, like that becomes your natural state of being. I think what's the best part about doing this work myself and with working with private clients is you've always been in control. Nothing outside of you was ever needed for you to change your life. And once you start like implementing this, you become so powerful, like self-empowered. You realize that you don't need anything outside of you to change. If you want to shift something in your life, if you want a different result, you come straight to the source. You. This here is where you and God connect. You are co-creating. And I have another video that goes through all of that I highly recommend that you watch. But in your imagination, your mind, that's where you and God co-create. Like that's what's happening. And then the lights start turning on and the aha moments, and you view the world so differently. And when we talk about like on a happiness level, on a joy level, on a peace level, like you will become the most magnetic, happiest, joyful human that you know. So it's like, yeah, you get all of this great stuff that starts to get attracted to you, but we have to talk about how good it feels to be someone that knows how to create their life, that knows what to do, what steps to take, what buttons to do inside that like literally recode you, that affects the results that you get. That's what everybody is looking for. And you now know how to do that. You have the keys to the kingdom. Every human is encoded with this, and it's sacred knowledge that once you understand, and not even just understanding, because here, application. There's a saying about knowledge is like kind of useless unless it's applied. You have to apply the knowledge to your life. So most people, oh God, this was me too, has so much here, they are like overstuffed with knowledge. Application to where it actually changes who you are and changes your life is what we're after. I am in a high-end mastermind right now, and it's completely changing my life because mentorship is what's needed to like walk this path with other humans that have done it, that are a few steps ahead of you, that understand what you're going through and can walk with you as a guide. It will change your life to get in close proximity with other humans and then hang out with other humans that are also doing this work and are interested in learning how to recode themselves. Like that is where all of this will amplify itself, because you certainly can do this alone, absolutely. But what I have found is doing this alone, this is where so much of it stays, and people are really missing out on the application piece where they're experiencing a life change. So I strongly recommend, if you're interested in taking this work deeper, I would love to have you. You can book a session with me below. This work will completely change your life.